Hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Shears of Fate. I'm your host, Ibrahim, and I'm joined by some amazing, incredible, once-in-a-generation talents. Aki.
Hello, I'm Aki, the amazing, incredible one-in-a-generation talent. And my pronouns are she, her, and I play Jade, who uses any pronouns, and we are the Arcane Playbook.
That's so funny. Actually, Aki, I didn't know this. I'm also a once-in-a-generation type talent. I didn't know there'd be two of us in a generation, but I'm Cleric. I use he, they pronouns. I'm playing Marcos, and we are using the Warrior Playbook for our guy.
And hello,
Marcos.
I am Dare. And while these two are the greatest tabletop performers of the modern era, I am the greatest tabletop performer in human history.
You're so funny. You're so funny.
And
My
when Dare
pronouns are
was
she, they,
asked,
they, and I am playing Lilith, a resident she, they, trans femme who is very normal about death and not at all like me, and legally distinct from Death the Endless. Dude, it's super distinct. Never heard of her.
I thought you were about to say in League of Legends, but that also is just me and where my mind's at.
I've never touched League because I was, once again, strongest in human history.
and when Dare was asked if Death the Endless could beat Lilith, Dare smiled and said, well, if Death the Endless had help from the Sandman, then maybe I might have some trouble. But nah, I'd win.
There's an illness in you.
This is such an elaborate bit.
JJK is still going to be popular in a month.
In a month, yes. Unless some shit breaks real bad in the manga, yes.
Oh god, yeah. Actually, the way it's going, people might hate
Oh no,
JJK.
I know. I'm here.
Nah, I'd win. Anyways.
Nah, I'd win. Okay. We open with you all in Marco's EMS vehicle. Are you running in the lights?
Not yet. We'll get there.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's not actually like that bad. It's getting towards evening. So the traffic on the tunnel is pretty bad, but it's moving, you know? Like it's definitely not like I don't know. The fact of the matter is that there are like technically 3 ways to get from Michigan to Ontario. One of them is only for freight though, but there is the tunnel and the bridge that kind of act as pressure releases for the other. It never gets super. People who are still local in the area are going to say, fuck you, that's wrong. But I say it never gets super bad as a person who has driven other places besides Detroit. Okay? It's not as bad as it could be. All right? You're not Los Angeles. You're going to be okay. I promise you. Yeah. So traffic is, sorry, that was for them. Traffic is moving. You know, it's kind of touch and go. You're probably not breaking 30, but you know, you're making progress.
If this guy cuts me off one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind. So, if we're driving to Canada, we're all in the EMT kind of safety truck van. You'll notice it's like filled with like the back seat. Whoever's sitting in the back seat, I apologize. It's full of empty Red Bull cans and like Wendy's wrappers.
I have a question for the backseat then.
Yeah, sure, what's up?
Are there things I can mess with that I'm just like any because of any just like medical instruments or anything like that?
Yeah, there's like an EMT bag back there with like the pocket defibrillator, you know, that shit like that.
Yeah, I think I am almost kind of in an unsettling way, quietly just looking at it and like just kind of fiddling with it.
Hey, Lilith, what are you doing back there?
Just observing. I just find this interesting.
Do I know how it works?
No, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. Look, these are things that help separate the divide between life and death, and I think it's just really fun to hold on to them.
Do you want a bag of liquid IV?
Yeah.
backseat next. If you push around, there should be like past the McNuggets and the biggie bag. There should be one down there.
I feel like you should have this place like way more hygienic than it is right now because of your profession.
The bag where all the other safety tools are fine. There's nothing to worry about. That's clean as a whistle. This is my area, so it should be good.
Okay.
Is this legal?
Now, you're asking a lot of questions.
Oh
And I
boy.
appreciate that. But technically, I have not broken any laws known.
That motherfucker in front of you totally cuts you off.
No,
it's
no.
fine, it's
See,
fine.
now I'm gonna use my cantrip. Empathize.
Huh? Okay.
And I am just going to do the equivalent of chilling you out. I make, like, let's say you have an air freshener in the car, right? You know, like, you attach it. I make it,
It's a Baja Blast.
I make it smell like something that would soothe you, something that you like. And I make sure it's like you get a face full of it. It's not overwhelming, but just right as you want to, like, I don't know, slam the car horn or whatever, it's just like I just redirect it to your face.
Yeah. The smell
Make
of
you feel a little
sweet
better.
lightning fills the cab.
Sorry, I don't usually like to get angry, but just I don't know when I'm driving the car.
Yeah, no. It's okay. You gotta share the road, and the road does not want to be shared. Clearly, it's okay. I got you.
Anyways, to take my mind off fucking of driving, do you have an idea of when we're going to Canada? Because I know we only really have the hat to go on, and the hat's just sitting on the dashboard at the moment. It's like so. Do you have an idea? Are we just gonna drive around Canada? Because I have a shift
no.
in like 8 hours.
And it's okay. No, we're not just gonna drive around in Canada. I do have a plan. There is this little shop. It's super dope owned. Couple of minor gods, I think, own it. It's a magic shop. They should be able to help us with the spell that was on the Garuda, because okay, like I can't do that. I can do a lot, but no. And I don't think demigods can do that, because it wasn't like mind control. It was like full on, like, I'm gonna alter what you think is going on right now and make you do it. And I felt it like get released after we killed him. So like basically right at the impact of death did they realize that they were not doing what they wanted to do, and that's a little fucked up.
Okay.
And like way above my pay grade. So maybe they'll know. I mean, also Canadian. I don't know. You know, it's a good guess.
Unless Lilith, you got any ideas?
No, and maybe we can have some ghosts when we're there.
That's a good bet.
Did
Canadian
y'all
ghosts?
Yeah.
They'll be
did y'all
extra
bring
helpful.
Arky with you?
I don't know. She was like in fetal position doing nothing, and
She was like in recovery position in the chair, in fetal position in her chair in the
You know
meeting
what?
room.
I think Marcos wrapped her in like a shock blanket,
Shock blanket.
Yeah.
and just was like,
she's in the
I'm gonna-
back.
Yeah, I
Garuda.
picked her. I
She's-
just like kind of.
Yeah.
So she's in the
Sitting
gurney
next to me,
in like
playing
the
with
back.
the like materials, and just stimming with the IV bag, saying nothing.
Horrifying,
Yeah.
but I love it.
Dude, if you're good, there should be an unopened can of Coke back there. Or not an unopened can of Coke. There should be a cream
Shasta.
soda back there.
Okay, I was gonna say, this is turning into a competition for how many brands we can name drop that will not sponsor us.
There's a Fiji water back there.
Yeah, there we go. Brought to you by PepsiCo.
No. But he's like looking at the goddess and is just like, Lil, can you check on her?
Oh, sure. I think I make an uncomfortable amount of eye contact.
Yeah, she's kind of like shaken by that as you like look directly at her, and looks askance after like a couple of seconds, and is like,
What seems to be the trouble?
listen, I know that you saw some things back there, and maybe you think you know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. All right?
I can readily admit that.
I am still a goddess. You are still a demigod. I don't answer to you.
I know. But you still seem to have a lot of fear in your heart, and I can still feel that. So I'm asking, as someone who wants to help, what seems to be ailing you?
I am going to ask you... I think I have to ask you for a swing someone here, because it sounds like you are trying to get her to open up.
Yeah. That's all, right?
I just imagine Marcos and just Jader in the front seat, just like, yikes.
Yeah, no, we take no part in this. We don't even claim her.
God damn.
All I remember,
We don't even claim her?
I still remember her Karen-y attitude to Trip, and then she like crumbled in front of Zeus. I don't respect a two-timing bitch like that.
I don't respect a bitch who experiences fear.
Okay.
No, it's not
11.
even that. It's why
11?
why were you so mad, disrespectful to Trip?
That's true.
my
That's
issue.
true. Although to be fair, there was a lot of disrespect at Trip, but by the end of it,
I got
sorry,
an 11.
An 11. Okay. So like as you are explaining to her like that you're just asking as somebody who's genuinely interested, you see like her like face kind of falls as she like looks around her at like the mess of equipment and the fact that she's still wrapped in the shock blanket and has been sitting on the floor of the cab, or excuse me, on the floor of like the back of the EMS vehicle, and like looks at you again. I really needed that to go well. That was not good. From the moment the three of you walked in there, you were disrespecting Zeus.
I tried to explain that a little bit. I thought I was doing my best.
You tried. But I don't feel like any of you understand the level of reverence that Zeus demands. Because if you don't respect Zeus, people get hurt. He tore my wings from my back because I joined one of my parents' side in a war? I'm barely even a rainbow goddess anymore. I'm just Archie, whose wings are on some other demigod's fucking shoes. This was my shot.
Well, you still have a chance. But I will say it seems like you're less concerned for our livelihood and more concerned with your chance at redemption.
Yeah, I kind of want my wings back.
I
That's
mean, you
fair.
could have shared with the class. I didn't want to interrupt, but like, you're spewing a lot of stuff right now, and I get it. You're like emotional or whatever, but like,
You can't just tell someone you're having a lot of feelings right now.
I mean,
Hey,
I mean, she kind of is. You were all mad, disrespectful to us.
Jade. I think
What?
I think this is like a pantheon conversation.
I know it is, but it's like if to you want us to behave a certain way, you should talk to us. This is a communication issue.
I'm sorry. Why is the peanut gallery talking right now?
You see?
Hey,
You
hey.
see?
Hey.
Do you see? Do you
This
see
is
how she's
kind of like
acting?
this was kind of a one-on-one thing that we were doing right here. So I'm not sure why y'all are chiming in.
I'm not sure
Hey.
why we even brought you.
Hey. Respect the front seat. The front seat will respect the back seat, and we'll have a chill environment in the car, okay? I will turn it around, and none of us will go to the fun place of Windsor.
I don't think you will turn it around, but that's only because we do have
It's a tunnel.
life or death
There's
situation.
no. You can't turn around.
I'll put the lights on. So,
I guess that
Jade?
is an option.
let's respect the back seat's privacy. Back seat, understand that we can hear you. And also, just my 2 cents. Zeus, that's kind of fucked, taking your wings like that. That's crazy.
Mad
Personally, that
fucking
was me.
Rude.
I don't know.
Honestly. Yeah. No. That's not cool.
It
Well,
wasn't cool. It really
I-
wasn't
I-
cool.
I can promise you this much, Arky. If I die, I'm still able to help at least a little bit. So that's like at least one person here.
Do you think if you can get into Elysium, maybe we can just steal them back from Achilles?
I like Achilles. I mean, I've heard good things, but like,
Alright.
I mean, I could probably. I do kind of have like a key to the underworld, but I shouldn't. Not really like versed in it. Oh yeah, no, I can kind of. I can just kind of. I can hear the expressions. I can kind of just walk into the underworld if I want to, but it's messy.
That's so fucking dope.
Okay.
I am learning. Why is it we've been hanging out for like a month now, and I'm just learning new things about you guys? Like, you're technically an omen of good or bad, and you can walk into the underworld. I can run
dad's
really
Thanatos.
fast.
I thought it made sense. I didn't think I had to explain that.
I just don't normally want to explain it because people get really weird about it.
No, I'm not.
Technically, I'm immortal too, but like, we don't really gotta dive into that today.
Like technically in a lobster way, or technically in.
Okay. So above table, you would actually know this, Lilith, because you know what my deep dark secret is. That's
Oh, yeah.
our thing. And if you, I don't know if you want to cut this out, but if you need the reminder, it is so in Chinese mythos, foxes and most animals can just become gods if they live like 100 years.
Hell yeah.
And that kind of is just how it works. Like, I am on the path. However, it's for foxes in particular. There's also sometimes to help that out, we do things like consuming life essence, and they go from super casual, like I get a kiss, I just take a little bit, like one of those things, or maybe we're like, you like hug me and I just take a little bit of warmth, to other things like I'd love to eat your soul. So like it ranges, and that much you'd probably know.
Yeah, I think some of that you would probably know from like your Book of the Dead thing. Like your Book of the Dead thing would also probably be like, it would probably show you some information about like projected lifespan. And Jade's is like question marks.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I would say you don't know how if I'm if I partake in the soul or not. But that's different.
Do you partake in the soul?
I don't think Marcos definitely wouldn't know any of that. So just like if you say anything more than that, Marcos is just gonna be like,
what Jade will say is that Jade just casually goes, I mean, technically I'm immortal, which is why I have no problem with your fates.
I'm sorry, what?
Your fate, like if we were gonna talk to the fates, he was like, your mortal minds. Technically, I don't fit that category.
Okay, everybody, new rule for the car. Just new car rule. No big revelations while I'm driving.
Okay.
Because there's a lot to process. One is missing wings and is in the underworld and Achilles took him. Another can go in and out of hell and is a ghost. What was that? What was that?
Sorry.
And
Was
was
that-
immortal.
You're good.
Again, I'm tough. There's a lot of things we just exchange memes in our group chat. Like we could have been talking about this stuff.
But like you were always busy with work, and you seem so stressed out. I don't want to stress you out anymore.
No, you're not stressing. Okay, you're not. Okay, you're not stressing me out. No one is stressing me out. I am enjoying our time together. We're almost at the toll. I'm gonna pay the 30. Do you count? Do mortals see you?
Do mortals see who?
The guy, I forget her name.
Arky? Yes.
Arky.
They would. Well, no. Well, I don't think they're going to open up the back of your truck to see Arky. So
Okay.
no, I think you just pay the 30. You go three
Okay,
heads.
so I'm gonna pay. We're gonna get it to the toll. I'm gonna pay it. We're getting up to it real close, or I think it's almost our turn. But I'm not stressed. No, I'm not stressed. You're not stressing me out. It just feels like some of these conversations should have happened before the world-ending prophecy. But that's just me. I haven't done
Yeah.
this before. This is a new territory.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't really done much of this either, but I think you're doing great.
Oh,
I think
thank you.
on that note, you're able to get through the little toll booth pretty quickly. I didn't realize this, but there are like separate rates, and emergency vehicles do just pay. They have a separate like listing on their site for emergency vehicles, except emergency vehicles do still just pay the $750 of a regular car. So I don't know why it's even specified. So yeah, costs you a couple bucks. It's not too bad. Yeah, you're able to get in and view the beautiful city of Windsor. Beautiful as in more urban sprawl. And I believe you're headed to the Hag Shack, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Jade is
that's the
leading
name
the
I was
way.
trying to think of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've been here before with my parent, for sure.
Okay.
And I definitely know the way, but it'd be cool if there was also like you know, like when it'll be like, you know, this is, I don't know, like Spooner Street, and then it goes in the hag shops down there, but like in like magical invisible ink. That'd be kind of fun.
Okay, I like that. The Hag Shack, with its like neon sort of, or not neon. It has like a very simple like light up board that is sort of like showing the Hag Shack, and you see like the public facing sort of like gift shop part of it, and then like as you are pulling up and parking and getting situated there, you see underneath that a smaller board with its like letters wavering and moving around that has a little arrow pointing one way saying real magic here. That sort of directs you to a side door.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. Do we just gotta go through a side door? That seems pretty.
Is there like a secret knock? Like a
Is there
magic knock?
Is there a secret knock?
You've been here before. Did you perform a secret knock with your parent?
I don't even think we drove here. I think that like we straight up like portaled here and stuff like that. So everything was a little bit different, but I know how things were relatively. Yeah. I also showed up with a god, so I feel like things are a little bit different.
Yes.
Yeah.
They kind of rolled out the carpet for you.
I think I want to. I can test out a knock.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go to. We're leaving the car. Also, is the goddess coming with us or no?
I think Arky's following along.
Arky's-
I feel
okay.
like probably like sticking a little bit closer to Lilith, but also trying to like look very disinterested, which is difficult to do. It's difficult to look aloof and disinterested while you are still wrapped up in a shock
Yeah.
blanket.
I think Marcos walks up to the side door and is like, "All right, I think I got this." Okay. And you all recognize the tune instantly. It's "I Can Go the Distance." Just starts knocking that on the door.
You picked a particularly complex tune to try to knock on a door. How do you? Okay. So you knock out. I can go the distance.
Yeah, just keeps
The
going.
little slide opens in the side, like a little like eye window slides open on the side door. Like, hello.
Oh, see, we got the secret knock. Yeah.
That wasn't no secret knock.
Oh, was
That
there?
was from Hercules.
Oh shit! You knew. I told you it was all related to Hercules.
Ah, it's a great movie. Great movie. Wish the real guy was more like that, actually.
What?
Yeah, no, he's
Hercules had some problems historically.
kind of a dick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not all his
Deeply
fault,
unwell.
Yeah.
Eh.
No, you know.
but part of it was his fault. Some of it,
Yeah, a little bit.
like enough of it.
Yep.
But yeah, we're here for some magic stuff. We've got some questions. Might want to see some stuff.
You're not gonna make no trouble, are you?
I hope not.
Who's the broad in the foil?
Our
Legal
Friend.
guardian?
mom?
Oh no.
Your legal guardian, mom, and friend. So it's your mom.
No, go with that one. It just looks at Lilith. It's just like,
The friend. Okay.
Yeah.
Not your legal guardian.
No.
I
And also
wasn't
not
sure what
your
else
mom.
to say.
Okay. So you see how you immediately started lying to me.
I didn't.
Okay. I'm gonna let you
I
in
think
because it looks like you got money. You got money, right?
yeah.
I got stuff
Whoa.
to trade too. I know how it works here.
I smell a magic item. You got something there for me? Someone to appraise? Looking directly at you, Marcos. Oh, you gotta get in here. Let me get a look at that.
sure, Daddy-o.
That was weird.
You're pushing it, kid.
Sorry, I got nervous. Everybody,
Just let me
I'm
get
sorry.
the door unlocked.
I'm
Eye
sorry.
window like slide shut. You hear like a series of complicated locks opening, like culminating in like a. You hear like a click clacking sound, like that sounds like a Rubik's cube being like spun. Like, oh, fucking shit. What the fuck is the fucking fuck it. Bam. All right. Door opens. Go look around the store for a bit. I gotta replace this. And opens up into the sort of like the rear of the Hag Shack. The side door opens into a room that is kind of still laid out like a gift store. but it is sort of like separated. You see a bead curtain that is like separating the front room from the back. The bead curtain like shimmering between the appearance as the beads and like up just a brick wall. The layout is like pretty open with these like big bins that are sort of arranged intermittently throughout the store, filled with geodes, crystals, rocks, scrolls. You see a couple of like weapons lined up on a pegboard against the back wall. There's a couple of like piecemeal pieces of armor. There's no full armor sets in here, but there's like a gauntlet, a shin guard, the plume of a helmet with no helmet in sight. Kind of just knickknacks and various like bits and bobs. You see, like there's like there's a sandal that is like put on a little pedestal there that's got like a little Hermes like caduceus thing next to it. The sandal has like, it doesn't have wings on it, but it does have like a couple of feathers that says like authentic Hermes sandal. Yeah. The store is pretty empty, it looks like. You don't see anyone aside from the you actually don't see anyone, as the person who like let you in has sort of like stalked off before you're even fully in the room. You have a moment to yourselves as you're looking around.
See anything fun?
Yeah, I was gonna say, anything interesting?
You're asking me. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is my job as the herald. You see, besides that sandal, the room is just kind of, it's full with knickknacks that you can recognize as magical, but it doesn't seem like incredibly powerful magic. This seems like a lot of like middling stuff, a lot of knockoffs, a lot of like enchant-alikes, you know. Yeah, it's sort of just filled with, I don't know how else to put it, but like bric-a-brac, magical bric-a-brac. Yeah. As you're looking around at all this kind of, I don't want to call it trash, but as you're looking around at all of these items, the voice comes back from a side room. All right, I got a new lock there. Let me come back out there. I want to get a look at that magic item. And a gentleman comes out. His hair is graying at the temple. He's got these big mitten hands. Sorry, that's not the right way to say it. He's got really big hands, really big, soft, pillowy hands. Very neatly filed. Hey, listen. Very neatly filed nails. His skin is sort of like vaguely tanned, but is also covered with like what looks like little bits of paint. His arms are like remarkably long for his body size, and he's exceedingly tall with this sort of bright red hair that is only graying at the temple, and a sort of like thick, bushy, poorly kempt beard. And he looked straight at you, Marcos, putting out a hand expectantly.
Not sure what you're asking for there.
You got something that's got a smell of magic on you.
I take out the Toronto hat.
Ooh. Now this is a good find. Where'd you get this?
Found it.
You kill a monster for it.
Yeah.
I did. What's with the artifice?
I don't know how to gauge. This is my first time at a magic shop.
Alright, okay. Listen. He sort of like pulls his like, he sort of like pulls his jacket closed. He's wearing just like a lot of green. He grabs the hat from you, sets it down on the counter, pulls out a little magnifying glass, starts looking at it. All right. Oh, the weave here is immaculate. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. All right. You know what this is, right? No? No? Jesus. What are they teaching you kids? You know, back in my day, demigods were regular heroes, you know? They'd be raised upright, learn the old ways. You kids, you're so divorced from your heritage. This is just sad to see.
I help people cross into the afterlife a lot. That is my heritage.
There you go. That's good stuff.
My heritage is to lay low, so that way the other gods don't get offended. I think I'm doing it right.
Seems like a recipe for poor self-esteem.
You'd be surprised.
All right.
Look, man, my relationship with my parents is actually pretty fucking dope.
Fair enough. It's a magic hat. If you pull this and you turn this inside out, sort of like pops it inside out, and it like apparates into a helm, sort of like a helm with a like big swooping forehead piece that comes out a little bit, lined with feathers along the back. It sort of resembles the Garuda's head shape. It actually like looks like it would fit perfectly onto the Garuda's head. You don't have a beak. But he sort of like grabs it, slaps it on your head, Marcos, and it forms itself to your nose bridge, the like sort of like hawk nose part of it shaping itself so it's more appropriately sized. All right, there you go, there you go, there you go. It's a little big. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. It's the helmet of sight. You know, eagle eyes.
Oh.
Caw.
Oh, okay. I try to use it.
Yeah. Do you wear glasses? Does Marcos wear glasses?
No, does not.
No? Okay. The room kind of looks odd to you now. And if you're like looking, you look down at your feet for a moment and like your feet are like a blurry mess, but you can see every fiber in the cheap carpet lining the room. And you can see like little mites crawling through the carpet weave.
Oh, nope. Takes it right off and throws it to Jade.
Whoa. Don't be throwing around magical items, man.
Lets you see like a bird.
Nah, I'm not good. I'm good. Maybe Lilith or Jade is better for you, but that just gave me a headache.
You're like our big boy fighter in the group. It might help you in the long run.
He picks it. Did you throw it to Jade? Jade, are you holding it? Or?
Yeah, I'm holding it now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's no use to you, I could take it off your hands, but, you know, obviously I'd prefer to trade for it rather than buy it outright. So, what brings you in? What you looking for?
Well, so there was some big magic casted on the creature that we slayed for this. But for the record, we did not want this. This was just like what came out afterwards. However, the creature was like, they were influenced by something or someone to just barge in and attack us. And kind of, I noticed at the moment of death that the spell wore off. Which already is big enough magic, but also you wouldn't happen to know anybody who'd be bold enough to do it in front of a big god, like a big important one.
Mm, depends how big we're talking.
I'm talking without name dropping, like head of Pantheon.
Oh,
Yeah, this
Okay.
was this was literally 2 minutes after the guy left too. So that means they were casting, they were watching, they were ready, and clearly the magic is too big for. And I like gesture to myself.
all right. Okay. Yeah, that's some big magic. Now, alright, this seems like it's gonna get political. Sounds like you got some heavy hitters that are involved. That might be above my pay grade. I'm gonna go call my boss. I'm gonna tell her what you told me. And if we got anything, she'll take care of it. Alright?
If not, I'd still be down for a trade. Maybe you got some cool magical shit here.
Of course. Options still on the table. Just where information's concerned, that's a little bit, yeah.
Wonky.
Gentleman goes back to that side room that he was in. Arky, I think, is like poking around at the scrolls. The scrolls do have some spells on them. Various spells. Some of them you recognize, some of them you don't. Some of them are like pregnancy spells, not pregnancy spells, spells that make your hair better, spells that make your things... Oh, I don't need to say that. That's silly. Other spells that are like crops and cars and like, oh, this spell will mean that you will have prosperity. Some of them are vague, but some of them are like pretty specific and effective. I think after a moment, a woman with this sort of flowing black hair comes out. She looks older than the gentleman who had been helping you before. And she looks at all of you for a moment and says, "You, Jade who? You came in here with your mother.
Yeah.
You two I do not know, but word travels fast. Marcos Verius?
Yeah.
Lilith
Barrios,
Morse. I apologize. The three of you, here now, means that something has gone horribly wrong. Which means that I owe someone some money. You're here to inquire about a spell that took over a... Did you say a Garuda?
Yeah.
One of the Windsorian variety?
Yeah.
It does matter. The Windsorians are...
Oh,
They're a little bit... They're a little bit
yes.
weaker than, you know... They're jobbers, to be honest, but... They are still powerful magical beings that should not have any trouble seeing through any sort of mist or any sort of magical weave. So to cloud their vision, as accurate and sharp as it is a task. Do you have anything else? Do you have any other hints as to who might be after your godly patron or their agents?
Yaba is kind of racist.
Please. Wait. I do not mean please be racist.
You got the comment.
What I... excuse me. What I mean to say is, if there is any additional information at all, I would be happy to hear it, as it might illuminate our situation further.
The big guy said maybe Raw because he's jealous, and then it got real colonial real fast.
Yeah, seems like a Lord of Sky was the exact words we were told to mess with, so that could be many people, but I mean, there was an assumption of Ra, or one of the heavy hitters in terms of like name to notoriety.
Ah, it sounds like you might have received a prophecy. Would you mind sharing it?
I'm okay if everyone else is okay.
Hey, I say go for it.
We have a vague prophecy. We might as well share it with someone who could help us.
Okay. Yeah. He sort of like takes the. I assume you're passing her the scroll, or you're just reciting it back to her.
I think I recited it.
Okay. Can I ask you to go ahead and read it out? It is in the chat.
Absolutely, yeah. 3 godlings in a town of rust form band of fate forged in trust. A lord of sky, a god of old, shall cut the strings of what's foretold. 3 as one resist division, future shaped by their decision.
That is remarkably vague.
Yeah, we and then we were kind of just told, well, figure it out, and then we got attacked.
Like
Okay.
2 minutes after.
Yeah, by a wise talking Garuda.
No fear. That's real important to note. Our guy kind of left. 2 minutes later, we get attacked. Same room.
I see. I assume this is the attack on the Athenium Suites Hotel that I heard of, which means you were meeting with Zeus. No judgment.
I guess.
No judgment. Here's the thing. A Lord of Sky is vague, but it at least provides you with some direction in that it points to a sky god, who is also a king among their pantheon. Zeus, Ra, perhaps Dagda. Who else could this be? Zeus, Ra, Dagda, could be Tyr, could be... Well, it sort of puts you in the position of having to investigate all of the most powerful gods for a potential assailant.
Yeah, feels really stacked against us.
Spell like the one that you saw on this Garuda would be much easier to cast from someone who had a connection to the wind. Anyone who is sort of connected to magic of wind, of storms, of natural disasters involving tornadoes would be able to cast that quite easily. They have some natural domain over the Garuda. But another option presents itself as you explain that the Garuda... Well, I didn't see a Garuda flying back. So I assume it was destroyed by the hat as well here. The Garuda have a natural enemy in the Naga. Have you had a chance to check with the Naga of the river? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
I would posit a guess that if anyone were to target the Garuda, if anyone were able to... I would start with their natural enemy.
Nagas?
Oh, they don't like each other at all. Yes.
Oh.
The Garuda eat the Naga, and the
Yeah,
Naga.
birds and snakes.
Yeah, well, yes. Birds and snakes.
Oh,
okay.
you didn't know
That
they were
makes-
snake people.
I'm finding out a lot of things. So,
It seems like you maybe didn't do enough research.
I know we had readings. I didn't do them. I'm very honest here.
It's
I get
okay,
it.
I
You
can
work
run
a
it back
full-time
for
job.
you.
You're busy.
Yeah. You pay the toll fees, I'll run it back for you.
You guys, yeah, left all the brain stuff to y'all.
I don't think it's raw. I think that Zeus's fears are getting the best of him.
Whoa, who said Zeus?
Well, I did piece that together a little bit.
Okay, I'm just saying, hypothetically.
Hypothetical
I mean,
Zeus.
we didn't say anything, right?
I believe that this hypothetical god of thunder and sky and very angry expressions is old and set in his ways. And that those ways often include a desire to destroy any enemies, whether they be real or imagined.
I kind of put my arms around Arky for support because Zeus is getting bad mouthed again, so I assume she's not doing well.
Yeah, Arky is she looks scared, but also Zeus is not in front of her to mete out any sort of punishment. So she is she's less falling to pieces than before.
Okay, I offer hand support then.
Yeah. I think that she kind of leans into it a little bit. She does kind of lean into you. Worry not. I can badmouth the old Thunderhead. He's not going to come after Skatak. He knows that there is too much risk.
Okay. All right. Let's focus it back here. So we need to figure out if it's not raw. We gotta go after the Nagas in Detroit.
The Naga of the River would be a good place to start. What I would say is that Zeus's fear that it is another god trying to vie for his position is this god's fear that there is someone trying to vie for their position and steal from their camp, it's ill-conceived from the start. The other gods have their own tools of fate. The Greek tools are powerful, yes, but they're not the only ones in all of existence.
Thank God somebody. I was gonna point it out to him, but he seemed so butthurt about it. He's never heard of the Norns. They're literally they're like cousins at this point.
Maybe it's someone who doesn't have and much stuff around fate.
Perhaps.
That does narrow it down.
I would look to the prophecy, and I would look to the knowledge that you all have. Oh, sorry. What did you need a spelling for? Oh, for Skatak?
Yeah, the name. Because I'm taking notes.
I got you. Sorry, I get distracted easily.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I was ready for I just wanted to make sure that I remembered to put that there so I remember it later.
Yeah, no problem. I would look to the prophecy, and I would look to who might have an interest in cutting the strings of what is foretold. A god that has a disagreement with the fates is a dangerous thing. The fates are able to keep those immortal gods in check because the fates are beyond them. Fate is their domain alone. So, a god unfettered by fate, well, that is... Perhaps it is a more favorable position for Zeus than he is letting on. A above the table. Does anyone have a response before I transition out of the scene in towards our ending? Or additional questions?
No additional questions, but I do want to, thank her for her.
Yeah, she, her, for
Yeah. I definitely want to thank her for her time, because high key, I be calling her auntie and shit. Okay, I'm raised right. I just don't want to impose by invoking the power of aunt. So I just want to still be respectful and stuff. This is my mom's friend.
Yes.
I have to.
You've definitely been like, oh, we're leaving in 10 minutes, and then they talk for another 40.
Oh yeah, no, I've been here for a while. I thought this place was cool. I still kind of think this place is cool. And it's nice to see the equivalent of an aunt again. But also, I don't want her to be like, you'll never believe how your child was dressed today.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, you'll never believe what Jade was wearing when they came in here.
I don't know what kind of friends she's hanging out with, but I mean, I'm not one to judge, but that's the last thing I want. Nosy auntie. It spreads.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, did you want to explicitly do that, in scene?
Yeah. If we have no more questions, I'll just be like, all right,
Yeah.
well, we gotta head out. Thank you so much for your help.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to see you, Jade, and sort of gives you a hug. I wish
I
you
didn't want to
weren't here
impose,
on-
but yeah, I'm happy.
Now that the business is done, we can, of course. It's a pleasure to see you. You really do need to come up here more.
I'll try to find more time. I've been working on portal spells, so I just need to get familiar with the art here, and maybe I can do it.
Of course, that sounds lovely. And of course, take some toffees before you leave. Hands you a huge 5-pound sack of toffee candies.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you and your friends, looks at both of you, sort of glancing over Arky, her eyes soften a little bit as she sees that Arky is a little bit afraid. You and your friends should check with the Naga. After all, they will at the very least be excited to hear that the Garuda won't be harassing them for a few weeks. I thank you for your visit, and I thank you for your time. If there's nothing else, I bid you adieu. And
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah,
I guess
she
it's
sees you
off to the
out.
water parks.
Yeah, she sees you out the door, and I think as you're all thinking about where you're gonna go next and what you need to do, that dog that you saw at the station comes up to the side door, sort of meeting you at the head of the alley, taking a seat, blocking your way back to the car.
Oh no! What are you doing here?
The dog's mouth opens and he says to you, "I'm here for my child." And in a sort of as it walks past you, as it passes the dumpster at the mouth of the alley, in its shadow it shifts into a tall, really muscular black man with these a thick head of locks dripping down his back, wearing a simple tunic with these soft honey gold eyes as he looks directly at you, Lilith.
Hi, Dad. I thought crows and ravens were our thing.
There are many omens of death.
Dogs?
Black dogs are an omen. Yeah, he sort of like looks at you. He's smiling as he says like, there are many omens indeed. You have a Naga to visit. Let's walk and talk.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like more than she expected to, she is like weirdly like ready and excited. Like I think she'd always told herself like it doesn't matter, she doesn't see her dad often. But the second he's here, it's like, oh hey, hi dad. Yeah, let's talk. Let's catch up instantly. Like all is forgiven.
Is this your first time seeing your parent, actually?
I think it might be the first time having a conversation. I think like it's one of the things that maybe I've seen like a weird bird.
You've seen weird birds, like especially I think probably when you are in the process of guiding a soul, you usually or occasionally you will see and feel a presence in like a raven or a crow sitting on a nearby like power line.
Yes.
But this is the first time that you've face to face had an opportunity to talk. Yeah. Thanatos like looks at you, their expression remaining neutral, but their eyes warm and kind and inviting as they sort of like come up to your side as they begin to walk with you out of the alley. And I think that's where we end our session. Folks, my name is Ibrahim. I have been your lovely herald on this journey. I thank you for your time and for your energy as you share it with us to make this spirit bomb that is this series.
Hi, I'm Dare, once again, Shide Faye. Thank you for watching. I played Lilith, Resident Shide Reaper, the strongest of her era and strongest of all eras. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet at DareDream RPG. That is DARE, the number 2, DREAM RPG. I'm a writer, editor, and like 17 other things. So just to find me in our, let me do your work. I'm good at it.
Once in a generational talent here. Stupendous and incredible world shaker. Always bet on Cleric. And you can always catch me at TikTok and Twitter. Cleric_34. And you can catch me at doing one of the co-hosts of Monster Focus Anonymous, podcast on Spotify, and playing every Tuesday on Bad House Games as Werewolf and an all Latin A game. So check me out there.
And Diamaki, first of her name, first multi-generational talent in Canada as well as other fucking places. And you can find me all over the internet at some variation of Akinomi_art, where I do a lot of things. Streaming wise, there you go. You can check me out almost every Friday. Almost every Wednesday, at 8 p.m. Eastern over at the Mandy channel, where I play Bunny Bard Necromancer. You can also see me on Goblins and Gays, our first Twitch streamed AP. There you go. The Last of Ian's Vices should be out now. We should be doing things now, and if not, poke us and talk to us about it. It's a VTM game. Everybody's deeply unwell. That's how this thing works. And of course, stay here on Nameless Domain. Keep up with us, because I'm going to be doing more deeply unwell things over here. What deeply unwell things wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Anyways, that's it. That's me.
Well, folks, this truly was Jujutsu Kaisen. Stand proud. You are strong. Goodbye.
All roads lead to me. Thank you.